Let's talk about the most important part of a sewing machine and the smallest part, the needle. The needle is crucial to have it inserted the proper way and also have the right needle system for your sewing machine. Whether it's an industrial or a home sewing machine, in today's video, we're gonna show you how to make sure your needle is the right needle and inserted the right way on your sewing machine. Let's get started. The first step to being successful is making sure you have the right needle system for your sewing machine. Now, this is sometimes difficult to discover if it's an industrial because they're all different needle systems for the most part. However, if you have a home sewing machine, which most of you will have, it's going to be a universal needle as known as the home sewing machine needle. The needle system should say something like 130/705 or HAX1. Those are all the same exact needle system, indicating a home sewing machine needle. How you can easily determine if it's the correct needle for home sewing machines is they all have a flat side on the main portion of the needle, also known as the shank of the needle. So what you'll do is you would open up that package, and that flat side is how you can tell that it's a home sewing machine. Because typical industrial needles, such as the ones that go on these big old heavy machines, those are round shank needles, and those shanks are in different diameters for different machines, so they're all different sizes. So now that we've discovered the home sewing machine needle system, let's move over to the industrials and how you would discover what needle system those machines take. So every industrial sewing machine pretty much takes a different needle system, which can be really confusing and also just kind of be hard to figure out. So the best way to figure this out that I've found is either just a quick Google search or joining our Facebook groups, such as our Juki Junkies Facebook group or our Junkies Facebook group, and you can post on there, hey, what needle system does this machine take? And somebody in that group most definitely has that machine and knows the correct needle system. So you would just post in that group and just ask. I mentioned Junkies Facebook group, but they don't make industrials, so really you don't need to post that in that group. But Juki Junkies Facebook group, you would. This machine here, the 1341, takes a 135/17. For example, and the 9000C you saw at the beginning clip is a standard feed sewing machine just like this TL. That takes a DBX1 needle. Now, once you understand what needle system your industrial takes, now all you have to do is understand how to insert it, which is actually the most complicated part on the industrials because you've got to kind of figure out which way it needs to be oriented because it doesn't have a flat side like a home sewing machine does. The needles are round shank, so they can be inserted any direction, and it can be a very common issue that we see with our industrial users. So let's go over how to install these needles properly. Starting with the Juki TL home sewing machine. Now this is a semi-industrial, so it is similar to an industrial, but it still takes that home sewing machine needle, so it's got that flat side. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna rotate the shank of your needle, which is the top portion of your needle, which gets inserted in, and find that flat side. Once you find that flat side, we have to discover where that flat side is inserted into the needle bar. On this machine, the needle bar wants you to insert it with the flat side facing to the right if you're looking at the machine, and that's all you've got to do. Now, if you don't know which way it needs to go, most of the time it won't go in any other way, but the next thing you can do to double check which way your needle's going, which this is what you're going to want to do on your industrials, is you're going to want to locate the scarf of the needle. Now, we'll pop up a little picture of the anatomy of a needle so you can see it more in detail because it's going to be kind of hard to see here, but the scarf is that little indentation you see right there above the needle eye. So now that we've located our scarf on our needle, where that scarf faces is typically determined on where the hook is on your machine. So on the Juki TL, you can see that we have our bobbin case in here, and when we rotate this, you can see that hook, which is this point right here. That's what's passing through that indentation of the scarf of the needle. So on this machine, you're going to want that scarf facing towards the right, which is also where the flat side faces. So that's how you insert it on this home sewing machine. Every home sewing machine will be different depending on where your hook is, but just remember the flat-sided needle will only go in one way. So now that we've inserted our needle, one step that I always like to make sure is that the needle's all the way up. Now on the top of this needle bar, just above this little knuckle, you'll see the tip of the needle going all the way up. On almost every sewing machine, there is a small little window where you can make sure that that needle is pushed up all the way. So I'm going to make sure it's all the way up. I'm going to hold it all the way up, and then I'm going to come over here and tighten down that screw that's going to hold that needle in place. When you tighten down that screw, It's going to be nice and snug, and your needle should not have any play or wiggle when you wiggle it around. Whenever you change your needle, don't loosen that screw super loose, just crack it just a little bit, and when it goes back in, it really can only go one way because it's nice and tight and it won't have as much wiggle, and then just go ahead and tighten it up. Now we're over here on the Juki LS-1341 cylinder arm, and these machines are much different than those home sewing machines. We've got a much larger needle, and we also don't have a flat side to deal with, so let's go ahead and loosen this needle, take it out, and show you how you would insert it into an industrial machine. Now as you can see on this needle here, you've got a flat shank, which is this top portion. As I'm rotating it, you'll notice there's no flat side. So how do you know which way it needs to go? Well, what you're going to want to do on your industrial machines is, again, locate that scarf, that indentation in the needle, and you're going to want to face that towards the hook of the machine. So on this machine, the hook is right here, so that scarf has to face to the right towards that hook. If you had a bobbin case area that is underneath the needle, typically it faces towards the back because the hook is rotating like this, and so it has to face towards the back and the hook has to pass right through. Another way you can check which way is you can always open up or take off your stitch plate, put that scarf or that needle in the needle bar, and then rotate that hook and make sure that hook is passing through the indentation on your needle, so making sure it's passing right through that little cutout. So we're going to go ahead and put this in, and one little tip I have for you guys as well on these industrials is you also have that window, but to hold these needles in place, I like to use a smaller needle and just pass it through the eye of this needle to make sure that you're holding it in place, holding it all the way up, and also making sure that scarf is perfectly to the right or towards that hook on that machine. So what you'll do is you just put it in there, the home sewing machine needle through the eye, and you can rotate that scarf in any direction. Just going to make sure it's perfectly to the right. Make sure I can see it in this little window that it's all the way up, and then I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. Now on home sewing machines, they usually have the needle system labeled close to the needle bar. On these industrial machines, they typically don't have any labeling. So again, the best way to figure out the needle system is going to be Googling it or joining a Facebook group of some sort that deals with the sewing machine you might have to make sure you are getting the right needle system for your machine. So now that we've gone over the proper steps to having success with your needle on your sewing machine, such as the needle system and inserting it properly, you might be wondering what size needle we need. Now that we know the needle system and we know how to insert it, well, what size do we need for that sewing machine? There's typically a range for every sewing machine. So for a home sewing machine, the needle size range is usually from like a 9 to a 16 or a 9 to an 18, depending on the machine that you're dealing with. For industrials, the needle range may vary drastically depending on how the tech has timed that machine for the application that it's used for. So for example, an 8700, a very well-known straight stitch Juki industrial, is typically timed for like a 90-14, and you can go anywhere from like a 70-10 all the way up to a 110/18. So the range is quite wide. You can usually use 2 or 3 sizes down and 2 or 3 sizes up. So to discover what needle range your machine is set up for, what you can do is you can figure out the needle system. You could put maybe, let's say it's a big leather sewing machine like this one. You can kind of just Google what the range is, and you can get something in the middle, put it in that machine, take the stitch plate off, and then just rotate that hook. And so when it passes through the scarf of the needle, you can see if it's brushing the scarf, if it's very close to the scarf, you know that's pretty tight fit, and you know it's pretty much timed for that needle. You can also kind of just Google search it, or you can use, you know, the higher size and the lower size, and you can kind of hear how it's reacting when using those different size needles. If there's too much of a gap where the hook is not passing through the scarf and it's not connecting those stitches, you know it's too small. And if it's coming in contact with the needle too much, the hook of the machine, and it's making a banging noise, then you know it's probably a little bit too big of a needle for that machine. But if you have any questions on that topic specifically, just shoot us an email and we'll be happy to respond back to you. I also want you guys to be commenting down in the comment section down below and letting us know tips and tricks you've discovered over the years with sewing machine needles, or an issue that you've been having that we may have solved in this video that helped you out We'd love to hear from you guys down below. If you want to learn more about needles, we have a basics 101 video going over the basics of needles and the anatomy and kind of just describing them more in depth. And then we also have a matchmaking video where we match the right needle for the right type of sewing, whether that's leather, vinyl, denim, all the different applications needles might be used for. So we'll be sure to link that in the description below. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give us a like, comment down below if you have any questions, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we try to post every single Sunday. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.